Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Magic Bricks Hangout series. Our endeavor is to trigger a buy and bring back consumer confidence in the real estate market. The topic of today's session is top real estate markets to look out for in 2016 in Mumbai. To discuss on the same, we have Mr. Gaurav Shah. He's a director at Ravi Developments. Gaurav completed his MBA in marketing from Kingston University, London, and he has done masters from Cardiff University, UK. He helps the group in formulation of marketing and sales strategy. I also welcome Neha Nagpal. She's a real estate journalist with over 10 years of experience in the industry. Without any further delay, we'll take up the queries now. Over to you, Neha.
Thank you, Pushpa. Gaurav, firstly, I'll welcome you on the board. And before we start taking up the live queries from consumers, I would like you to brief us about the current situation of Mumbai real estate market. What does it look like right now? What is the consumer sentiments? Are they buying or are they just sitting at the fence?
Thank you for the introduction. The current market scenario in Bombay is such that people are waiting and watching. Okay, what will the price fall more, or what has to be done, because all this is interlinked with the current economic development as well. Market sentiment is currently negative. People who are looking out for house, they are mostly end users. People are not looking out for under construction property as of now.
So in what budget, when you say people who are looking for a house are mostly end users, so in what budget range they are looking at?
For 1 BHK, I would say 50-60 lakhs is the ideal price for them to start off with.
And which are the areas you're talking about?
I'm talking about the extended suburbs, like for example, Mira Road is there, Thane is there,
Okay.
Malad Kandivali at the most. So all these are the locations which they are targeting. The central side is the major thing, and I would say then the extended suburbs come in.
Okay. Let's take up our first live query, Gaurav. It's Rohan from Mumbai West. He asks, I would like to know the ongoing rates for the purchasing property in Mahim West, Mumbai. Is this a good area to for residential housing?
Mahim is a good area, but it depends on what is the budget that they are looking out for, and is it the amenities that they are looking out for. Is it a new construction or a old construction? All these things will play a role in helping him take the right decision.
Okay.
Because ideally, every location is good, every property is good, but it has to meet the need of the buyer at the end.
So when we talk about the budget here, what are budget ranges available in Mahim? I mean the starting price of a property there and goes up to what price?
Mine starts off with 30,000, 35,000, because it's more or less there is old development there. There is very few development in that area. So whatever flats that you might be getting is on a higher price, because resale flats would be there, where the societies are formed and where the rates are a bit higher. And also the carpet size or the livable size that people get in that old building is comparatively much more than in the new construction.
So you said that 30 to 35,000 per square feet, which is the current price prevailing in Mahim area, right?
Yes.
Okay. Rohan, you also said that there are few points one has to keep in mind before selecting a property or a locality. What are those points? Rohan, can you hear me? Gaurav, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you mentioned about the points where you said that the property actually meets the requirement of the consumer. So what all points you would like the consumer to consider before investing in any other in a property?
See, the factors that play a major role, one would be the location, which location they are looking at. The second would be the price, what price are they looking at. And third would be the neighborhood. And what is the time limit that they want? Because if they are going for a ready possession property, they will have to pay upfront 100%. So in that criteria, whether it's an under construction property or a ready property, depends on the finance what the consumer is looking out for. Because if it's a loan, then they have to go through all the processes and everything. So it depends how much they are willing to spend as of now.
Right. There is Ronnie from Navi Mumbai. He is asking, will the Mumbai market attract private equity investment? What is the current status in terms of investment is concerned?
See, private India, I would not particularly say Bombay, but India overall, private equity investors are pretty much interested currently because the current home market is saturated. So to get in fresh funds, these private equity players want to enter the real estate market in India because there is a lot of scope in that with the current market scenario and everything. So I think private equity investors will increase over a period of time. That has started since the past year, I would say.
Right, right. So let's take up another query, which is it's Yash from Mumbai. He's asking, is it good time to invest in Alibag, Mandwa, or Pali? Should I invest in land or a flat in these areas? Which are the areas out of these three can give me better returns?
Alibag, I guess today it's quite developed. Over there, majorly plots are available. Plots wherein the builder only constructs and give it to the buyers. So from an weekend perspective, Alibag is a good location wherein you can get it at a good price, and transportation also is pretty easy now with the ferry coming in. So in that wise, connectivity is pretty good. So I would say Alibag would be a better location.
Okay, to invest. So what is the price bracket in that particular area, Gaurav?
Alibag, I have no idea about Alibag, what price they ask because plots are different and in terms of what do you call construction and everything. But as far as I know a 3 BHK, what do you call bungalow would cost around 80-90 lakhs over there.
Okay, okay. So if I have to ask you, which are the best, areas, which are the top five areas in Bombay today, if with the budget of, because there are experts which says that there's a high demand of property below 2 crores in Mumbai.
Hmm.
However, the stock is available for for properties which are costing for over 2 crores. That's why the buyers is sitting at the fence, looking at the prices to come down, but that is not happening in Mumbai. So
Hmm.
which are the top five areas you think that there is availability of the properties below 2 crores, and people can go and buy there?
So properties below 3 crore would be one would be Thane. One of the regions would be Thane, wherein you can get good properties at a price up to 2 CR, 2 crore. Second would be I would say the Malad region. Malad area you can get good properties at this price. Third location would be Mira Road, and these three are there. Thane is there. Fourth would be Navi Mumbai, Ulve, and all those areas where development is happening currently. Where the prices are pretty good to buy now from an investment point of view. And fifth, I would say would be Vadala because in Vadala there are mostly 2 BHKs and there is the good market for 1 BHK as of now. That 1 BHK range would come in the 2 CR category. So I guess these five places are good for investment where you can get properties up to 2 CR.
Okay. So when we talk about the investment in these areas, what kind of return on investment one can expect in another, 4 to 5 years? If one person invested in these areas for 3 to 5 years, what are the return on investment one can expect? If you can tell the consumers in the percentage.
The rate of returns would be anywhere between 70 to 80% in the next 3 to 4 years.
Okay, and when you say that, on what basis you are giving us these figures, Gaurav? I mean, is there any infrastructure project or you see the market going up?
So the major reason for this is the connectivity that is coming up in all these areas. With the launch of metro, 4 phases of metro coming in, the connectivity in these areas have given a boost to this area. Like earlier, the new airport in Navi Mumbai had given a good boost to the demand in that particular area. So today, if you go to, say, for example, Vadala, there is connectivity from South Bombay with the Eastern Expressway. Then there is connectivity from the Western with the Santa Cruz Chembur freeway and the monorail coming in there. So these are the factors that has given boost to that market, and that returns of investment increases because connectivity plays a major role.
Right.
For example, even if you go to, say, the western suburbs, the Malad Kandivali area, if you go to see, metro is coming up, and also the new coastal road that is being proposed from South Bombay to Marve. So the connectivity from South Bombay up to the western suburbs has given a boost to this particular area. So in future, that returns in these particular areas would be 70 to 80% because of the infrastructure boost.
Okay. So when you say that connectivity is actually very important, there was a recent news which talked about that there will be a elevated road which will come up from Nariman Point to Kandivali. Uh,
Yes.
what do you think that this kind of project will have an impact on prices? Because the prices in Mumbai are already going very high. So, do you think that with this kind of project, the areas which are falling on along this road will see much more increase in prices?
Yes, definitely. I gave you a good example of Navi Mumbai, of the airport, wherein the property price earlier were around 2000 to, say, 2500. When the news of the new airport came in, the price jumped up to 6000, 8000. Currently, in certain areas, you have prices up to 13 to 15,000 as well because of this airport boost. So this criteria of connectivity plays a major role. Similarly, another example would be Chembur and Vadala, wherein the connectivity has changed the particular price points in those particular areas.
Right, right.
Chembur
So,
earlier it was around 9,000, today it is 14, 15,000 in certain areas, and it goes up to 17, 18,000 also. So it is a kind of competitive for the Ghatkopar area, where majority one community is having play.
right. So prices you see it's going to, going to increase with this kind of infrastructure development, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Let's take up a query from Karan. He says that I'm confused to buy a flat. I have finalized two localities. One is Malad and one is Kandivali. According to you, which one is better in terms of security and price appreciation?
Malad and Kandivali. Has he mentioned any specific location in Malad or Kandivali or
No,
just?
he hasn't. He largely talk about these two areas.
Mhm.
He said that which one is a better option to invest in when we look at the return on investment perspective, and of course the security and safety is the concern for the buyers. So,
That criteria, I would say, from a security point of view, Malad would be a better option because it's developed comparatively, and people coming in the places, so there the security automatically increases because you have lots of people coming in and staying over there. From returns perspective, I would say Kandivali is a better option because it's yet to be developed comparatively.
right.
So, for example, in Kandivali, if we go to see Kandivali East, which in 2000 was not developed, Thakur complex and all these areas, where the rate at that time was 1500. Currently, it is 15,000. So it's a developed area. So the security and all has increased. But in terms of returns, it has reached a point wherein the returns would be slow. But Kandivali West on the other certain belts like the new link road and everything, that area has to be developed. So in terms of returns, that under construction, if they buy in the next 5 to 7 years, that returns would be high.
Right. Right. So another query from Mir, he's also from Bombay, and he says that I'm looking for a 1 BHK flat in Kalyan. The maximum budget I have is rupees 20 lakh. What options do I have in this particular area? There is a demand of buyers in the affordable segment as well. So this is actually is the concern for majority of the population, which are flying from other cities to Bombay and with a lower budget. So they find it a little difficult to buy a property in and around Mumbai. So can you give an option to him? Which are the best possible areas and projects to invest in?
For the budget, what he is talking about, I guess Kalyan will be an ideal place. The rate coming in because there are a lot of affordable projects over there. Other area that apart from Kalyan would be Ambernath, wherein you can get the same price over there, same budget. So extended central suburbs would be a good option for them.
Okay. Let's take up a query from a user. He's also Gaurav, and he says that please tell me about your projects in the East Mumbai and what shall be the benefits of investing in this particular suburb.
East Mumbai. East Mumbai means East Mumbai is like Central Mumbai. South.
So let's take up another query, Gaurav. We can take this query a little later. We can take up another query. This is Sheena from Mumbai. She says in last few years the sales were slow and inventory was piling up. Are things changing in Mumbai real estate market? What is the current situation in the city?
See the stocks which have been launched, the projects that have been launched, the stock is there, but they are in various stages of construction. So if we go to see the inventory that we are talking about, most of them would be in pre-launches or launches, wherein the possession date for the same would be in the next 4 years.
Okay.
When you compare that with the ready possession properties, I would say hardly the percentage of inventory would be there because people are buying the ready possession properties more because the risk is pretty much less. So in terms of inventory, yes, inventory is there, but I feel that ready possession properties are picking up.
Okay. Okay. Ready to move in properties are picking up in Mumbai. There's Varun from Mumbai. He says that he wants to buy a flat in Mumbai and he works with an IT firm in Vikhroli. Is it wise decision to take a flat at Godbandar Road or a Dombivli with a budget of 45 to 50 lakh? What are the prospects here in these two areas?
Prospects are good for these two areas. The budget criteria will meet for that particular areas, and also the connectivity with buying in Godbandar would be the Thane region wherein traveling would be a good option for him because apart from buses, I don't think any other means of transportation is there. So in that terms, connectivity to Vikhroli from Godbandar would be a better option. Similarly, the Dombivli Ambernath, what is talking, will also be equivalent in that particular terms. So I guess whichever option suits him with good price and good location would be ideal for him.
So if you talk about the in terms of appreciation, return on investment, is there any difference in both these localities?
Yeah, there is because Ambernath is developing and Ghodbandar to an extent is developed. So in that terms, the property prices will vary in terms of appreciation.
So Ghodbandar is better than Dombivli to invest in.
Yes.
Okay. There's another query from a user. He says that I'm considering Panvel for my second home investment. What are your thoughts on the realty market there?
See, Panvel is again, there are a lot of projects coming in with good budget prices, but since the land parcels over there are huge, the what do you call the project coming up over there are huge. So in terms of complexes, it's a good area to invest for second home.
Right. Okay. So it's for someone who would like to invest for another 5 years there.
Yes.
But for end use, is it a good area so far? Or it's still developing.
No, no, it's still developing. For an end user, I would say it is not ideal location as of now because it is yet to develop.
Okay. Um, Gaurav, I would take another three queries now since we are coming to close the session. I would like to ask how Ravi Group as a builder is contributing to development of West and East Mumbai in terms of infrastructure and convenience.
In terms of development, we have projects mostly in the western suburbs. And in terms of connectivity, the locations that we have are pretty much near to the station, near to the local convenience of the people, be it malls, be it schools, be it hospitals. So, like we have one in Kandivali wherein it's connected to the new link road, the SV road, and the highway, with the metro coming in nearby. So in that terms, the connectivity is there. In terms of, if I say particularly Mira Road, then we are constructing concrete roads over there as of now. So the infrastructure in Mira Road is going to, over a period of next 3 to 4 months, is going to change because the infrastructure over there is completely changing now.
Okay. So if we talk about your projects, what kind of budget range you are offering in these particular areas?
See, in Kandivali Malad, it starts with around 65 lakhs, 1 BHK, and it goes up to 1.4 CR. And if you go to Mira Road, then it starts off with 45 lakhs, 1
Okay.
BHK.
Okay. So there's a user who asked that where I can better get the rental returns in Thane or Navi Mumbai.
Rental returns, in terms of connectivity, that rental returns, I would say Thane would be an ideal location.
So what is the what kind of rental returns one can get in if I invest
In
today and
Thane, the rental returns today is around 22,000, whereas in Navi Mumbai it's 16,000. In that terms, since Thane is developed comparatively, the main city, not the complete whole, but Thane. So in that terms, the returns over there are pretty much high. Also, the IT coming in Thane, the IT industry. So a lot of people are looking out for homes in the nearby area. So in that terms, it is a good option compared to Navi Mumbai.
right. So when you talk about the price rental returns, we're talking about 1 BHK, right? Gaurav, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so when you said that 15 to 16,000 in Navi Mumbai and close to 12 to 18,000 in Thane, you are talking about 1 BHK option there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to take up the last query with you and then we will conclude this session, Gaurav. Is Mumbai witnessing a high inventory at the moment? If yes, what will be the situation 1 year down the lane? He's Chandar from Mumbai.
Currently, the inventory in Mumbai is high, but I would say uh, that is, like I told earlier also, it is more in the under construction properties, which are in the pre-launch and because if you go to see various stages of construction, then I would say uh, inventory is not that much high in comparison to ready possession properties.
Right. Right. So, before we close this session, I would like you to conclude this session by telling a consumer that how this 2016 will be for Mumbai real estate market and what are the trends to watch out for. Please elaborate on this.
In terms of 2016, it has started off on a good note. The Mumbai real estate market, I feel, has taken a hit because of the overall economic scenario. In 2016, I feel would be a challenging one compared comparatively because of different factors coming in. And I would say in terms of investment or in terms of purchasing, this is the right year to buy because I don't think the price point any lower than the current price rate because it is stable for the last 1.5 2 years. So I don't think that will fall any further. So in that terms, if people are looking out for investment or for end using, I think this is the right time to invest and buy because I think it's enough of wait and watch period from the consumer point of view with the different news coming in and everything. So in that terms, I feel with the current scenario, I think this is the ideal time. Also, with year ending coming in, the first 3 months would be good for real estate market. So in that terms, I think uh, it's the right time to invest now because the price are at its best from the consumer point of view, not
So when
from the
you
real
say,
estate developer.
so when you say that the year picked up on a good note, so you did you see some transactions happening?
Yes,
Okay. Okay, so are there any infrastructure projects to look out for in 2016?
infrastructure, like I said, the metro, which is connecting from Charkop up to Kolaba, which is coming up with 4 phases in. So I think that is one of the things to watch out for in 2016. Apart from that, I would say the yeah, hmm? On the coastal road that we are talking, elevated road from
Right,
South
right,
Bombay to Kandivali. So that is the two things that to from the infrastructure point of view.
right. Thank you, Gaurav, for your valuable time. We are going to close the session now. I thank you for your time and your valuable inputs. Over to you, Pushpa.
Thank you.
I'm really thankful to our guest speaker, Mr. Gaurav Shah, for participating in this Hangout session. It was indeed a great session. I would also like to thank all our participants for their support in making this Hangout a great session. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Neha.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pushpa.